Hi friends, welcome to Aishu's DIY. Today we will learn how to make this cute earrings. So this is a super duo and lavender seed beads and carnelian gemstone hoop earrings, and it has so I'm just going to attach the hoop to this. I've been working on it and I really like the carnelian and the blue color combination. You can make any color combination you have, and this one is with a 2-hole bead and some macrame, but it's a very easy one that you can make with any number of beads you want and any size of beads you want. That's most flexible thing. I have here some super duos, some lavender seed beads. These are toho. You can also use mayuki, doesn't matter. And I'm using this color is Verde Azura Opaco. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. And this was on clearance. I'm happy that I got this color. I really love this color actually. And this is memory wire, as I have shown you guys in a couple of videos how to cut the memory wire and how to make this loop. I'll go through this one more time. So I like to store it with this sachets. This is to actually take anything wet out of the system. Also put it in a ziploc, otherwise it will tarnish. And this one is 1.75 millimeter thickness. I mean the circle. This is from Fire Mountain and Gems, and this is the label for that. 0.7 millimeter thickness. So here we go. One loop and just a little bit more is what we need, because we need to make 2 loops and it has to overlap just like this. So that's easy for us to finish this earring. So I used memory wire cutters. Do not use your regular wire shears, you will damage that. And also I'm going to use the 6-step bail making pliers, because I want the loop to be consistent, and also the fact is this one is good for a sturdy one. Memory wire is a little bit sturdy, so I'm using the smallest loop in that, and then I'm taking it here and just making a loop just like so. So I'm just holding it against the wire when I'm making the loop so that I don't distort the shape of the memory wire. Completely closed. So this is how you make the loop here. And once you do that, and also you need a Chinese knotting cord. I'm using the Chinese knotting cord. This is 0.5 millimeter thickness. It comes in a spool like this. This one is a black color and this one is a blue color. I'm using about say 15 inches of the Chinese knotting cord and 0.5 millimeter thickness. And this one is going to be, and also I need a plier, a bent nose plier or so, to actually close this loop completely. It's a little bit open in my opinion, so go ahead and close that loop. Okay, now I shall start stringing in my beads. So I need some lemon or seed beads. You can use 8 or seed beads, whichever seed beads you want. I'm using these. So you can use this memory wire to pick up all your beads. It acts as if it's a needle, so you don't have to pick up all the beads. And how many beads I have here, let me just count. That's 5, 10 beads. So that's 5 and 5 more. Okay, then what I did was I started the Chinese knotting cord. Okay, so now I will add first I will add the Chinese knotting cord. to this. Okay, so here we go. Put the Chinese knotting cord here. Okay, leave a short tail to hold over this. It's a lark thread knot that we are going to put. So over this, okay, under and pull through that loop, just like this. Okay, then under this wire and over and pull through that loop. So basically this is our lock set knot. So as you tighten that up really nicely, and now we can add our super duo bead. As you know, the super duo bead has 2 holes. Make sure that the 2 holes, sometimes one hole might be plugged. Make sure that's not the case, because we need to be going through that super duo here. Only in these 2 parts. After that, only one hole will be accessible. Means we need only one hole to access, so that's fine. So now that this is there, take the end of the cord and melt it with your lighter, so that you have a decent amount of cord to work with, and it's tapering, so it's easy for you to add your 11 seed beads, because you are going to add 11 seed beads here. So let me just move everything on the side, less distracting for us. So now I added 2 seed beads, 1 and 2. If you are using Mayuki, I think you can fit 3, but since I'm using Toho, it's a little bit bigger than Mayuki. So these are branded seed beads, not the Chinese ones. The branded seed beads has pretty consistent size and holes. And you add 2 beads, push the super duo here, okay, and take your cord and put it through the loop, the top loop of the super duo, just like this. Okay, push it and then pick up 2 more seed beads and add it to the cord. If you are not able to load the seed beads in your Chinese knotting cord, it's easy. As you can see, it's not very tight, but if you are not able to, you can use a big eye needle to do so. Okay, 2 more seed beads, drop it down. Now again another lock set knot. So what you need to do is over, under and pull through the loop. See, now you push it all the way. Make sure you don't catch hold of the seed beads. Then under, okay, over and through the loop, just like this. So this part is done. You can see this is how it comes. Okay, so now what I'm going to do again is add 3 seed beads to the memory wire, not the cord. So the number of seed beads between these super duos and the gemstone is totally up to you. I added whatever number I feel comfortable. I feel it's good for me. You can add just 1, or you can just do knots. Totally up to you. Then over, under and pull through. See, just like that. So this cord will come right outside the seed beads, under, over and pull through. That's one full lock head knot. See, this is what we have so far. Okay, I will just zoom in a little bit more. I think that's what is lacking. Okay, so now add 3 more seed beads. As I said, you can just directly thread in the seed beads this way. Okay, so here we go. Over, under and pull through. Okay, and under, over and pull through. Okay, this is what we have so far. Then now it's a time to add a super duo. So add a super duo, and then I'll do the same that I did here. 2 seed beads, thread in 2 seed beads to the Chinese knotting cord this time. Drop it down, go through the topmost loop in the super duo, there we go, push that down, then add 2 more, two more 11 seed beads. You can also substitute the 11 by 8. It'll be much more easier. In that case, you will have to reduce the number of beads that you put. So here we go, over, under and pull through. Make sure it's nice and tight. Under, over and pull through once. This is what we have so far. Now I will add one more section like this here and come back. So now these are 6 millimeter round carnelian beads, smooth. These are not faceted, and I'm going to add one of the 6 millimeter carnelian. You don't have to use the carnelian seed gemstone. You can use any 6 millimeter bead or even 4 millimeter bead is fine. If you are using 4 millimeter bead, here as you can see in this sample, I have added 3 seed beads and super duo and 3 seed beads. Then if you are using 4 millimeter, you will have to reduce that number. So now I want to take 3 seed beads into my Chinese knotting cord. It's not very stiff, but it's easy to actually thread in the beads. It's not very difficult. And then one super duo, one of the holes. So if you are having a lot of super duos which has just one hole, the other hole plugged, you can use in this fashion. You can make a complete necklace out of this with this dangles. It looks very pretty in my opinion. There we go. So totally 7 beads. Okay, drop it down. Then do the same, over, under and pull through, making sure all the beads are on the side. See, this one escaped. Yes, and also we need it after the carnelian. Best way is to drop it down just like that and then do it. Now under, over and pull through. When you secure the second knot, everything should be in place. See this? Very pretty. I have chose this color. I think the color combination can be changed. So I didn't add any beads in between the carnelian beads. I just strung a next carnelian bead and continued. I did 6 beads. You can do for the entire length of the earrings, or you can do just 6 as I did it in the sample. It's totally up to you. So now pick up again 3 seed beads, 11 seed beads, and 1 of the super duo, and then continue doing the same. I think you can cut it a little bit more. Yeah, that makes it easy. 3, 1 super duo, and 3 more 11s. So the 11s are very pretty. They're tiny and they are very pretty, and it fits in this 0.5 millimeter Chinese knotting cord. That's a big thing. Drop that down. Okay, over, under, and pull through. Okay, then under, over, and pull through. So making sure everything is out of the way. As you can see, tighten that up and then bring this down and tighten it up. So we have our 2 dangles ready. Now I shall make 4 more and come back. I went ahead and finished all these, adding all of these carnelian beads, and the same thing that we did this side, I went ahead and did that, and this is my last super duo. So I figured this can be actually as like a needle, you can pick up the seed beads. So this is very easy, right? So pick up 2 more seed beads and then come back and then over, under, and pull through. Okay, make sure your seed beads are on the other side of the loop or hoop. Okay, so it just tends to go overboard. Just push everything down and just like that. Make sure everything is tight, and then under, over, and through that loop, our last loop. So 15 inches of cord is correct. So as we do this, we have a little bit of a gap to add our 10 seed beads, and we need to finish this off. So what I do is, it's very notoriously difficult job. I like to do both. I like to burn the edges and glue it. So first what I would do is I would just turn it to the back. Okay, push all the beads nice and tight right here. Okay, there is a tendency for this bead to go over that, so that's the reason we need to completely close this loop so that the beads doesn't go into the loop. Okay, a little bit more as well. There we go. And now this one is in the back, right? Make sure everything is nice and proper. Okay, and then add some glue to our final lockside knot, front and back, just like that. Over here at the start of our So this is bead stringing glue. You can use GS Hypo Cement. That one is Beaded on bead stringing glue. Instead of using a lighter, I would use a thread zapper to zap this thread. So because it can be precise and it won't spoil our piece. So just keep it like this, hold on to it, and then just burn it and zap that in the back. I think my thread zapper needs a different, a new battery. It's not doing its work, but I would say use a thread zapper. That's the best idea. If you are using a lighter, just be very careful. See that? I'm really scared to use it. Let me just cut this off, and there we go. That's all. So yeah, here use both the glue and the thread zapper if you have one. If not, just do this very patiently, as you can spoil the entire thing. I did it. So use a thread zapper. That's the best idea. So now we have this. Now is the time we can add 10 more seed beads to our memory wire hoop. Sorry, that is 4, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, once you add the 10 seed beads, all you need to do now is come here and gauge how much wire you have. Do you need this much for a loop? Absolutely not. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip off just a little bit. There we go. So now again, take my 6-step looping pliers. This time just be very careful, because you have the beads on the other side, and make that loop. There we go. See, these beads are still coming up. See how it is slanting? Take your bent nose pliers, hold that loop, okay, and just twist it. Just like that, towards. Okay, now make sure that this loop is also closed by keeping it right in between your looping pliers, your bent nose pliers, and please be very gentle. You can suddenly come over your. All you need to do now is take your ear wire, open up the loop in your ear wire, and add it to this. Okay, this loop is still not closed, that means. So go ahead, make sure your loop is completely closed, otherwise the seed bead is going to come off. See this? It's gonna come off. There we go. Just put pressure, but make sure you don't break the lemon or seed beads. I have done that also. Sometimes when you try to close that loop, the beads come in between, and then you tend to break them. Now use your pliers Make sure these two are together. And then take your pliers, take your ear wires, then add both the loops to the ear wire. There we go. Then close it. Our earrings are done. I feel that this is very pretty and there is a lot of potential in this. We can do a lot of variety in this kind of setting with the super duos and Chinese knotting cord. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.